I'm going to be singing on by my angelical. You may run me down in history with your wicked twisted lies. You may trip me in the dirt, but still like us ours. Just like moon, just like stone, with a certainty of ties, just like hope's spring past.
Go away smiling to keep from crying, doing overtime, keeping myself busy. So I wouldn't feel the pain that I've held inside for years. Let me feel my pain that I have hid behind my degrees and educational pursuits because the world told me that I wasn't good enough because of the color of my skin. Don't try and fix it. Let me breathe through it. Because I have been holding my breath for what seems like years. Don't tell me I'm overreacting.
It all started with Claremont and Cliff High Bang. Police started popping, shooting black males, and I'm going to jail. Hold on. I'm getting emotional. You see me trying to make a change.
You're doing great. You're doing great.
You see me trying to make a change. Now I gotta see black men make the police supposed to defend us, but we really know that that's protected.
Clap it up! Life is a broken winged bird that cannot fly. Hold fast to dreams from when dreams go. From when dreams go. Life is a barren field frozen with snow.
This poem was written by me, and it's called "Old the Black Woman." And here it is. Beautiful black women, the best thing this world has ever had. What could we do without them? The most intelligent, loyal, and independent people ever. They are always there for us when we need help, advice, and just someone to depend on. They are always there when our dads or other relatives aren't. Black women never give up on each other. Rich or poor, they stick together as one. With black beautiful women on this earth, you will always have someone to depend on.
We have never been spared. From the start of this country, we have never been looked at as a whole human. 3/5 is not a whole. Black lives matter. Step in. Are you ready? Yes!
Every 28 hours, there's a person of color killed by the hands of a white law enforcement. Mike Brown, Tamir Rice, Oscar Grant, and Victor Rice. The list goes on.
Nearly 30 years ago, the New York Police Department, or NYPD, declared that the chokehold was potentially lethal and unnecessary and will not be routinely used. Exceptions were made only when an officer's life was in danger. Tell that to Eric Garner.
this night has offered the young people an opportunity to engage in what we call critical literacy through art. Right? So they've come, they've designed, they've collaborated, but they've come with the intention of providing a message. And leadership is developed when you have opportunities like that. So I urge the Claremont community to continue to provide the young people more opportunities for leadership. It's important that the young people have guided spaces for dialogue. And although we did not have access to their dialogue, the words they chose, the images they chose, indicate that at some point in time they had space for dialogue. And if we're going to honor their pain, we have to continue to provide those spaces beyond just the Black Lives Matter movement, right? Because within that, we sometimes can get lost. As a community, I've been thinking a lot about the Black Lives Matter movement for multiple reasons. One is that we live in a society based on a social contract. The contract says everybody's life matters. But we know historically that has not been true. And so the fact that we need a movement called Black Lives Matter indicates that we have fallen off the social contract once again. So in layman terms, what does that mean? Why did Dr. Martin Luther King have progress? Well, he understood the rules, and he understood how to use the rules to make those who are not following the rules pay attention. So if you've had the opportunity to watch Selma, there's a great clip in the middle of the movie in which he says, we must resist and we must cause drama so that people can pay attention. But we must do it in a way in which we are not breaking the rules, but those who are being the most obstinate are shown for who they are. And so it's important that as we continue to develop the leadership of the young people, we're more explicit about the injustices and what violations are occurring and how they can reframe that so that they can be both within the rules, but also resisting what's commonplace right now. Often, I have been on the campus, I have heard inappropriate language a couple times, and I believe that it's young people trying to voice their pain without having the appropriate tools to speak back to the injustice that they feel they're experiencing, and to say, you have made an agreement with me. I'm willing to do my part. I need you to do yours. What is really lacking, and what was very present in the time when I was a 7-year-old, and in the time of the Black Panther movement, was that as a community, we both had to police and protect ourselves. Police and protect. So if Black Lives Matter, and we don't want the police shooting us, then what do we not want our community members doing to us either? And how is that part of the conversation? If the young people say, my life matters, please do not disrespect me, do not disrespect my intelligence, see me as a whole person here in your classroom, then what must the young people also agree to? What must the adults agree to? What must the parents agree to? What must the older sisters and the cousins and the aunties agree to? And we have to move back towards a time when we are not ashamed or afraid to say, I'm in pain, I need help, I didn't like that, I owe you, you owe me. Yes, I don't know you, I met you 5 minutes ago, but yes, I believe I owe you and that we are in agreement. And we have to get back to helping young people to see that they are visible to us. One of the slides says, it doesn't matter what you look like or what race you are, we are all one community. So I think if both the Claremont community can continue to provide these lovely young ladies, who in my short time I have had many interactions with, and recognize their leadership, and continue to recognize their leadership, and allow them to mentor young girls like Zion, right? The love she received for playing her violin, we need to continue to give that, and as a community, continue to feed each other in that way. Then we can do something more.